A flat, dry area away from falling rocks or avalanches. Stay below ridgelines to avoid strong winds.
Lash the frame tight against these winds. Now layer the leaves for waterproofing. Done. This will hold. The cold is deadly. We need shelter now. Pack the snow tight. It insulates. Now, branches for the roof. Got to build this shelter before sunset. I'll reinforce the frame with these branches. Add boughs for insulation.
This hidden shelter could save my life in this extreme cold. Blending it into the environment is key.
High winds are brutal. This tarp needs a solid frame. Anchor the edges with rocks and branches. It's holding.
Lost in the mountains. First, a lean-to frame. Use vines to lash it together tight. Finally, layer leaves for insulation. It's ready.
It's freezing. Got to build a shelter to survive the night.
Using branches and snow for insulation, it'll block the wind.
Need a strong frame for this lean-to. Lash it tight. No gaps for the wind. Done. A warm refuge. Storm's closing in. Need shelter now. There. It's holding. Storm's here. Got to move fast. Frame's up. Now for the cover. Just in time. Get inside. This rain is relentless. I have to finish this shelter now. Almost there. Just need to secure the roof. This wind and rain won't stop me. There. The storm-proof shelter. Step 1. Unfold the tarp for a wind block. Stake the corners down tight. Frame it with branches. Shelter's up. Storm's here! Shelter now! Frame first, then anchor it. Yes! Hold against the wind. Storm's here! No time to waste. Weaving these branches in tight. It'll hold. Done. We're safe now. Gotta get this up before the rain freezes. There. Dry at last. Gotta get this up before my core temp drops. Insulation first, then seal the gaps. This should hold the wind. Gotta build shelter now! Almost there, come on! Safe at last.
This rain is relentless, but the shelter is coming together.
Storm's almost here. We need to get this shelter up, now. I'm on it. Hand me that branch. Here, let's tie it off. Storm's hitting hard. Need shelter now. Stacking rocks for the frame. Almost there. Hold strong. Gotta get this up before the sky breaks. Come on, hold together. Gotta secure this before nightfall. Come on, hold together. That'll have to do. Weather's turning. We need a shelter fast. Tarp down, ridge pole up. Tie it tight. Done. We're covered. This rain is freezing. I have to finish the shelter now. There, that should hold. At least it's some refuge. This frame needs to hold against the wind. Tarp secured. This should keep me dry. The storm's getting worse. Need to build shelter fast. Almost there. This will hold. Made it. Now to wait it out. Got to get this wall up before the storm hits. Almost there. Just a few more. Got to finish this before dark. Come on, light. That'll do for now.
Built to withstand the storm. Shelter built against the wind.
Peak storm's here. Building fast. Got to finish this shelter for warmth. Almost there, packing the snow. This rain is relentless. Got to get this shelter up fast. Storm's almost here. Got to secure this shelter. Lashing the poles tight now. Done. Just in time. This rain is freezing. Got to build shelter now. There. That should hold for the night.
Protect from rain, wind, snow, or sun. Keep body heat inside. Stay dry and insulated from the ground. Provide safe rest and sleep. Avoid flood areas, falling rocks, and strong wind paths. Choose stay near resources like water and wood, but not too close to danger.
Face the opening away from the wind. Angle the roof so water runs off. Small is warm. A tight shelter keeps heat better than a big one.
Face shelter opening away from wind. Make roof angled so water runs off. A tight shelter keeps heat better than a big one. In freezing environments, follow the rule of 3. 3 elements without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Conduction, touching cold ground. Convection, wind removing warmth. Radiation, heat escaping into air. Evaporation, sweat or wet clothes. The strong structure of branches and poles forms the frame. Ribs of smaller sticks and moss fills the gaps. Finally, ground bedding adds comfort. Overlap bark like roof tiles. Pack mud or clay into gaps. Use large leaves like banana or palm. Angle the roof at least 45 degrees for runoff.
Throw dry grass to observe the wind. Build your shelter facing away from the wind. Add a windbreak wall behind it for extra protection. Elevate the sleeping area to avoid insects and flooding. A strong waterproof roof and good airflow are essential. First, protect from wind. Use rocks as natural walls. Build a low-profile shelter. A rock overhang or debris hut is best.
The small entrance tunnel leads to a sleeping platform higher up. A ventilation hole at the top prevents suffocation. The best choice for a shelter. Shade is more effective than insulation. Allow for air circulation. Build during early morning or evening. Best choice, shade tarp or dugout. Air circulation is essential to prevent heat buildup inside the shelter. Build during early morning or late evening.
The sun's intense. I feel dizzy and nauseous. This shade tarp keeps me cool and safe.
Or this dugout shelter blocks the heat. Digging slightly below ground level can reduce surface temperature. Always position entrance away from direct sun path. Use wind direction to maximize cooling airflow. Never seal the shelter completely in hot climates. Add a second shade layer to create an air gap for cooling.
Avoid valleys that trap hot, stagnant air. Keep shelter roofs angled to deflect moisture. Hydration stations should be shaded and cool.
Store water underground or under thick shade. Use damp cloth or evaporative cooling if humidity is low.
The sun's moved, time to build this shade higher. Woven branches are perfect, they flex with the light.
Rest during peak heat hours. Sleep when temperatures drop. Activity timing matters.
Check ground temperature before choosing your spot. Avoid metal surfaces that store and radiate heat. If digging, find cooler soil.
Use loose sand or soil as natural insulation from surface heat. Ensure airflow channels remain open.
Position the shelter where the morning sun is gentle, not intense. Test the airflow by feeling the breeze patterns before building.
Keep entrance wide enough for air exchange. Layer shade instead of sealing space. Remove heat-absorbing dark materials. First, prioritize shade coverage with a roof. Then, add insulation layers to minimize heat gain. Design for height, allowing hot air to rise and escape. Use double roof layering to trap heat above your living space, not inside it. Stretch tarp loosely to create airflow gaps. Instead of sealing edges tight, anchor the shelter to face the prevailing breeze for natural cooling. Avoid building on hard, sun-baked surfaces. Use porous materials like palm leaves and woven branches. This creates a breathable, durable shelter.
First, test the ground heat with your hand. Now, add reflective surfaces overhead to bounce heat away. Store tools outside to reduce heat buildup inside. If using plastic tarp, raise it higher to prevent heat trapping.
For your dugout shelter, build small airflow tunnels. Use windbreaks only on the hot wind side, not all sides. First, slide the removable panels into place for easy airflow control. Then, add the plant cover on top for natural insulation and cooling.
Sun's shifted, checking the temperature, adjusting the shade to block the heat. Now the sleeping area is the lowest heat zone. Dry grass roofing filters light and allows keep cooking areas separate from resting shelters. Too much ground moisture traps heat. Create shaded sitting trench if long-term staying in one place. Dig narrow airflow channels along shelter edges if underground. Keep this entrance shaded with the hanging cover. Right, now for the sunscreen. Spare fabric and branches. Good, let's build it. Weave them in. Reduce activity during peak sun. Light clothing in the shelter helps cool. Water evaporation provides passive cooling. Adding the vent shaft now. Checking for heat reflection. Looks clear. Good airflow.
Rest close to ground where air is slightly cooler. Keep emergency shade material ready for quick extension. If wind stops, manually increase ventilation openings. Allow at least 2 air escape points at different heights. Keep shade material dry. Wet fabric can trap heat and humidity.
Adjust shelter daily. Heat survival requires constant adaptation. Build for airflow first, comfort second, insulation last.
In floods or heavy rain, seek high ground, but stay away from trees, cliffs, and buildings. They can be dangerous.
See this wind-protected side? The hills and solid rock walls keep us safe, and the stable ground here avoids any landslide risk from loose soil.
To build a lean-to tarp shelter, stretch the tarp over branches to form a slanted roof. This blocks the wind.
Debris shelter, leaves, grass, branches for insulation. Vehicle shelter, safer than open exposure. This trench blocks the wind. It traps my body heat, and it keeps me dry.
Insulate the floor first with leaves, wood, and clothing. To stay warm, maximize shade and airflow. In wet weather, waterproof the roof first. Always leave small air gaps. Never seal the shelter fully to avoid suffocation. Keep fire smoke flowing outward.
Signal for rescue first. Use a whistle, a mirror, or smoke. Only eat after you're secured.
Preparedness advice is often shared by organizations like the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement and FEMA.
Get a kit.
Water bottles, first aid kit, flashlight and batteries, emergency blanket, multi-tool, whistle, and phone power bank. The double lean-to heat trap with a center fire gap for warmth. Its raised platform and thatched cover provide efficient shelter. Build a rock-based shelter with a timber roof frame, or make a quick branch dome shelter with leaf stuffing. A sturdy bamboo frame is covered with layers of palm leaves for protection. A trench provides cover, with a lattice of sticks overhead. Start with a sturdy forked stick frame. Insulate with a thick grass bundle. Pile on brush for an inner air gap. This two-pole ridge shelter with layered thatch is a compact wedge shape, designed for strong wind resistance. The rock-back lean-to uses a natural rock wall and mud for shelter. This bark-layered wedge shelter traps heat from the sun. The insulated floor cavity retains warmth even in cold weather.
This ventilation gap keeps the air moving. Now fill the lattice with litter for insulation.
This is the subsurface hammock shelter with its insulated cover for warmth. And this is the layered bark shelter protected by a soil topcoat. Tie the dry reed bundles securely to the wood frame. Next, chop the wood logs to cover the pebble pit. Place the logs to finish the shelter.
Tying the reeds to the frame for stability, lining the pit with pebbles for insulation, chopping wood for the fire.
This is a split pole frame shelter with a mud-sealed outer wall, and this is a sunken beam shelter with thick earth thermal backing. A compact trench cabin with double beam roof support, timber-lined pit shelter with heavy soil insulation.
Soil-reinforced split-pole hideout with flat roof deck. Timber trench bunker with layered mud ceiling. A pole-framed earth shelter with compacted soil walls. A beam-supported trench cabin with thick earthen cover. Reinforced pole wall bunker with packed dirt insulation. Subsurface timber shelter with heavy sod roofing. Layer soil and vegetation over the logs for a natural barrier. Then, pack mud into the timber walls for insulation. Dug beam shelter with sod layer roof insulation. Pole wall bunker with compacted clay reinforcement. Wood light. Caution. This timber trench refuge uses split logs for walls and a flat beam ceiling. Thick soil thermal layer covers it, providing natural insulation. A soil-supported timber trench with split beam sheltering and compacted earth backing. An earth-bermed wood frame shelter with its flat beam canopy blending into the landscape. This trench-built pole structure uses low thermal stability. The earth-backed beam shelter relies on the soil for support and insulation.